Okay, let's rock and roll. And today we only have three members available, so we pick two articles per members. So let's see what happens. The first article I see is from BBC, how the news changes the way we think and behave. Okay, the author found out an evidence telling that the news coverage can affect your physical and mental health. Well, after the outbreak, people tuned in for news about epidemic, watching how the epidemic actually became pandemic problem across all over the world. And televised news are not the only source. One must include YouTube, social media, podcasts, and various websites sending out alarms every day for those news. This was true even before the pandemic, the author says. One potential reason the news affects us so much is the so-called negativity bias. The worst things around us impact us. So basically, media tend to focus on the negative news more. And negative bias lead us to self-fulfilling prophecy a little bit when taken to the extreme, finally bringing the negative world depicted by the news and media into reality. And this article explains a lot about the psychological studies regarding the impact of any form of news in our lives, mentioning 9/11 attacks, how it affected people. And anyway, the punchline is about pandemic news that we're going through right now. It might be affecting us all more than we think. And we have two articles from the other member, and both of them are coming from economists, because of the subscription issue on screen. We cannot see the whole article without logging in. I can actually log in, but I'm going to guess what the article is about with the titles and the abstractions and the pictures only. One is an understanding of AI's limitations is starting to sink in. The abstract says, after years of hype, many people feel that AI failed to deliver, says Tim Cross. When you look at the cover art depicting two different versions of AI, I can see what the content is. AI promised a lot of things and still known to be a proficient problem-solving mechanism in a couple of years. But in reality, it is still unstable, imperfect service, counting on a lot of human work in the background. So basically, developers and the human workforce is filling the gaps of the expectation and the reality of the AI. And machine learning has been improving, but it is still far from realizing famous sci-fi movies into daily routine. The most expected social problem regarding AI is the unemployment problem, because AI is going to replace human workforce soon. But since AI is still not up to expectation, people might have opportunity compensating AI's this so-called deficiency. Well, the other is, do dreams reflect reality? This is another article. Computer analysis brings closer an understanding of what dreaming is about. That's the abstract. The article starts with common idea on dreams and their interpretation, and of course it mentions a Freudian idea about dreams. Well, neither of them are quite true, I think. I guess the author of the article will talk about perhaps a study about dreams and relationship between a dream and reality of the dreamer. Well, judging from topics that one of our members chose for today, actually we're going to talk much about human mind in general, I think. Let's see what happens, and the questions might be something like this. Let's see what happens. And my two picks today is about XR technology and online learning. Let me say first about the online learning first. The article from, I'm not really sure what the media is. The article for online learning is quite short. It's not long article. And it is talking about the problems of online learning in pandemic era. Well, pandemic aside, actually, the problems of online learning is actually lack of focus and no engagement or enforcement of participants. I personally believe even with those problems, online learning is still good, but right now online learning became famous because most students are stuck at home and they're going to use the platform, but still there are a lot of hurdles, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. And XR, the another article, is actually short for AR and VR, which is augmented reality and virtual reality. I picked this article because using more XR technologies might lead to better engagement in online learning. So it is directly linked to the first article, actually. Technologies like active noise cancelling is already in the market, and the article says that Facebook is still going for research efforts improving user experience of XR devices. So with this XR devices, we can actually solve the problem of the online learning. Let's say lack of focus in online learning is due to less vivid communication. Then XR device can be a solution, a simple idea. And I'd like to know what the members think about. And that's the preview of the today, and we're going to talk more about these 6 articles offline today, actually. Thank you.